Welcome, and in this session we're talking about effective listening skills. Effective listening skills are the greatest skill you'll ever learn because you've got to listen to what your customer wants. What are their needs? What are their desires? What are they actually looking for? So you can only do this by listening to them. There's two ways of listening. One is passive. That's probably what you're doing right now. You've probably got this video on the internet and you're probably looking at your emails and doing other things. But it actually doesn't give you 100% of what you're doing. It doesn't give you 100% of your mind. And you've got to have the attention to use every facet you have. So active listening is what we recommend. You've got to be looking at the person and giving them 100% of your attention. While they're talking, you've got to be encouraging them, saying things like, I see, I totally agree with you. And these are encouraging them to give you more information and encouraging them to tell you what they actually want. You've got to be paraphrasing them and giving them feedback all the way through their conversation. Reflective feelings, showing the emotion that you have for your product and service is also important. And then at the end, you need to summarize to show that you either have the understanding or don't have the understanding for what they actually want. I have 10 tips enabling you to be an effective listener. Tip number 1 is face the speaker. By doing that, you can look at their lips, you can look at their eyes, you can see what they're saying. Tip number 2, maintain eye contact. There's a lot of things you can find out by looking at somebody in their eyes, so maintain that contact throughout. They'll also know that you're interested and paying attention. Tip number 3, minimize external distractions. So if you're meeting in a coffee shop, make sure you sit away from the coffee machine or away from the entrance so people are butting in all the time. So move away, get yourself into a place where you can actually have a conversation. Tip number 4, respond appropriately throughout the conversation, showing them that you're interested and you would want to find out more. Tip number 5, focus entirely on what the speaker is saying. This means all the other things that are going on around you are just trivial. They're not important. If a lorry goes past or somebody knocks the table, just ignore it. Just focus on the speaker. Tip number 6, minimize internal distractions. This is all about what did you have for breakfast, how are you getting home, what are you doing this evening. All these things are trivial. They're not part of the now, so therefore just ignore them. Tip number 7 is all about body language. What are they actually saying non-verbally through their body language? Try and understand this and see whether they're saying yes verbally but no through their body language. This will allow you to understand what they really want to get out of the conversation. Tip number 8 is about you avoiding letting them know that you've already solved the problem. This is because you need to work with them, you need to build a relationship with them, and this relationship building is all about being equals, about moving forward together. So avoid saying, oh, we've already sorted this out, because it just belittles them and it doesn't allow you to build a stronger relationship. Tip number 9 is all about complaints. They're going to come back to you and they're going to say this, they're going to say that. You've got to let them have their say. And then finally, you can come back with a rebuttal, an intelligent solution to the problem. Tip number 10 is all about engaging yourself, controlling yourself, focusing on what you're doing and what you want to get out of this meeting. Listening is a key skill and you need to ensure that you're focused on it.